From Cajon High School to Cal Berkeley to the WNBA, Layshia Clarendon has experienced nothing but winning. And Layshia, the first thing that's got to come to mind is the CIF championship that you achieved at Cajon High School. Tell us a little bit of what kind of memories you have about that season.
Wait, which one? Because we won two.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. You won two. Either one. That must have been a heck of an experience for you. What do you remember the most about that?
I definitely remember winning the first one my junior year. That was like the first one that Cajon had ever won. And then defeating Long Beach Poly my senior year after they'd won, I think, 3 years straight and gone to state, and they were just kind of Goliath of the land. So that was really fun to finally take them down.
Was that what catapulted you to go to Cal Berkeley, or what were the choices that you had when you were obviously very heavily recruited?
I definitely wanted to stay on the West Coast, so from the start I kind of turned down like the Notre Dames or any schools back east. I didn't want to leave the West. I think a lot of people leave, and there's so much talent that comes from the West, but everyone kind of floods and leaves instead of staying there, and I wanted to make a team known on the West Coast. So I was kind of going to go to one of the Pac-10, now Pac-12 schools, either like ASU, UCLA, or Cal. Those were my last three choices.
What made you choose Cal Berkeley? What took Cal Berkeley over the edge over the other ones?
I chose Cal for the people, definitely. I think on my visit, I just loved it. I loved kind of the urban culture. I loved like the history there. And it just had a really good feel, just the people. I think I liked that I got away from Southern California a little bit, but I still got to be a California kid, just kind of a different part of the area. So I wanted to escape a little bit. I didn't want to be an hour away from my parents.
Now, you always had a big emphasis on academics. You have been a very, very good student throughout. I even heard a story one time that you were not able to play a game because you didn't get exactly a very good grade on a class. Is that true, or is that urban myth?
Oh, that's an urban myth. I didn't miss a game, but I definitely got in trouble for getting like a C on a report card or anything like that. It wasn't really acceptable in my house.
So you're an A and B type of student. Excellent. Tell us about Cal Berkeley going to the Final Four. That must have been quite a thrill.
Oh, that was, again, I guess, breaking records the first time. I think only the second time in school history we'd gone to the Sweet 16, so our first Elite Eight and first Final Four. A great experience. I mean, looking back, I think I really achieved my goal of wanting to stay on the West Coast and make a team known. And I didn't kind of really realize it until the last couple of months that that's what I wanted to do. And in 4 kind of agonizing up and down different years, it ended up happening. So it was really cool to look back and reflect on.
Take us through the day on the WNBA draft when you were selected. What was that like? For the average person that will probably never get to experience that, you're one of the lucky ones. Please share that with us. What was that like that day?
It was awesome, but I will say TV production takes forever, and we were waiting around a lot that day. No offense to anyone out there, but it was definitely a long day, but it was cool from the rehearsals we did the day before, and even, excuse me, a couple of hours before walking up on stage and them saying, okay, you're going to walk up the left side, down the right, and then go out this way. And, you know, you're like, don't trip and don't fall, and Laurel's going to hold your jersey, and they're kind of telling you how it's going to be. And then when you're actually in there live and you hear them talking and you kind of see them, Laurel go up on stage and kind of open the card and call the next person's name, is a little surreal and exciting, especially after the first couple of people who we knew were going to go, like Brittany and Elena and Skylar. Then we knew it was kind of a toss-up after that. So it was really fun to have my coach there, Lindsay, and my dad sitting there with me at the table, and to see the WNBA ball with your name on it, it was really awesome.
Wow. Did you have an idea where you were going to go? Were they approaching you, or was it a surprise to you that just Indiana selected you?
I kind of heard I was going to be somewhere between 8 and 12 is what I had heard. That Atlanta really wanted me, but they were 13, so I didn't know if I'd make it that far. They really needed a point guard. So I heard they were definitely going to take me, but I wasn't sure where I was going to go, except I kind of figured in between that gap. But like I said, after the big couple of people went, everyone was kind of just like, didn't really know who was going to be next.
What is a big adjustment? You know, I know there's an adjustment from high school, the physicality, going to college. When you now become a pro basketball player, what is you think is the biggest adjustment that a player has to make coming out of four-year school straight into the WNBA?
I think there's definitely that adjustment, like you said, college, high school to college, college to pro. But I think the age difference is huge, and the years of experience, there's a much bigger gap. In high school, you're gonna have people 4 to 5 years, and then college again 4 to 5 years, maybe six, depending on them redshirting or whatever. But now you have a 22-year-old playing against a 30-year-old, against a 35-year-old, against a 27-year-old. I think the age gap is just a lot bigger. So you have a lot of different walks of life. It's not so much like the college atmosphere. It's really different. It's a lot more independent, and you're just kind of playing with some big time people. I think you're playing with like the best people in the world because the WNBA is the best league around. Whereas college, there's 300 and something colleges, and this is like the only WNBA league with 12 teams. So you're getting like premier players here that every night in and out is going to be like the top competition. So it's definitely a little bit even of a bigger, excuse me, skill set jump than high school to college. It's a lot bigger from college to pro.
Is there more of a physicality or quickness? Is the game a lot quicker, more physical at your level now?
Definitely. Like I said again, the years experience where from you're gonna grow a lot from 18 to 22, but from 22 to 29, you're definitely still gonna grow a lot more. Um, and like I said again, they're premier players. So in college, you might have had 165 player or like the best center or one of the best point guards, and here you have two of the best point guards on a team and three of the best post players in the world playing on the same team or in the same league. So the physicality is definitely a big jump, and it's kind of like really picking out the best players from each college team and putting them all together in this league. So it just kind of gets a little bit tighter and tighter as you go up with the competition, the physicality, the mental toughness, every aspect. It's a little bit harder.
If somebody had to scout you, what would you say are the things that you do best that got you to this point?
I would definitely say if you didn't say me and not say mid-range jumper, you've never watched me play or never read an article about me. So I'd definitely say the mid-range game is one of my huge strengths. And I think that's what got me a lot of attention in the college realm because they talked a lot about how people are either kind of to the rim or 3 point. There's not really that in-between type of player anymore, or it's very rare. So that's one of my strengths. And my speed, I think that's something that people have actually seen a lot in the pro, and I didn't even realize myself that I would be playing this fast. I think kind of when you play 40 minutes, it's not going to be as apparent because you're kind of shrugging the whole game, is whereas now you come off the bench and you're boom, boom, up and down the court. So, and then I think defense is another thing that really people got to see in the tournament, guarding like Show Me Schimmel. And just I was really guarding the best two player on every other team, their score. So I would say mid range, defense, and speed.
Okay, fair enough. What do you plan on doing? You ever think about what you're going to do after you're done with your basketball playing career? What would you like to do?
Yes, I think about it a lot. I actually I work now with a couple of nonprofit groups that help promote inclusion within women's sports. So by inclusion, I mean for the LGBT community, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community. Because I'm a out and proud professional athlete, so I'm really passionate about like kind of breaking the silence around that climate and stigma within women's sports. And then I think that's kind of a microcosm for larger culture. I think sports have such a big influence on larger society at whole. So I already kind of do some of that work, and that's what I'm passionate about doing later on. So it's cool to kind of have the dream job times two right now. And I'm not sure what that would look like when I'm done, maybe in the coaching realm or just running the nonprofit itself or doing some type of inclusion work.
How many years do you see yourself playing at the level that you are expected to play, or that your expectations? How many years do you see going on WNBA?
Till the wheels fall off, I guess.
Okay.
I think a while. I think about that often, actually. Is it kind of going to be like a 5, 10 year thing, or you have players like Tamika Catchings, who's coming up on 34 now and has played for 13 years? You're kind of like, oh my gosh, can you picture yourself being 35 and have been in this league for this many years? But I think it's a great job as long as your body kind of holds up. I think some people just get those injuries and they can return, or some people just kind of get to the point where they can just feel their body, and you kind of want to have a general health and wellness about you for the rest of your lives. So I think you're going to kind of have to live and feel your body. But as far as just playing the game, I mean, what better job would you want than this?
Absolutely. Hey, Kareem played till he was what, 42? So come on, you can do it. Okay, I like to finish this. I like to do this. It's like a rapid fire. I call it super stream. I'm going to ask you, mention some words to you and tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Cajon High School.
Cowboys? Sure.
Indiana.
Fever. I'm not very good at this.
No, she's not. Okay. Basketball.
Hard? I'm not good at this at all. Give me another one. I'll get better at this.
Okay. Family.
Love. That's a good one.
Okay. Layshia, Clarendon.
Mohawk.
Okay. And that about does it right there. Is there anything else you want to add? Anybody you want to say hi to? And I'm sure you have a lot of fans out here in the San Bernardino area.
I would say all of them. A lot of my high school has been really supportive, and one of my good friends, Asia Walker, who didn't go to Cajon but went to Arroyo Valley, is like modeling now, and we've talked a lot, and so it's good to see people from that area. But I'm glad to represent San Bernardino, and it's cool to hear people, be proud of me and tell me that and just love on me. So proud of all of them too, and I'm always going to rep where I came from, even though people always try to hate on San Bernardino.
But you know what? We really appreciate you taking the time. I know you have the playoffs coming up, and you got to prepare, and you got to get yourself ready for that. And I know you're taking the time to do this. It's a sacrifice, and we really appreciate you coming on with us. And wish you all the best of luck. I hope you drop by Valley College one of these days if you get a chance and say hello.
All right, I've been up there playing open gym a few times, so I'll have to come say hi.
Layshia Clarendon, ladies and gentlemen, up-and-coming WNBA star, a former Cajon High School Cowboy, or is it Cowgirl? Anyways, I'm Mike Sola. Thanks for streaming with us. See you at the games.